Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Transport Fever. In the last episode, we worked on finishing up the train line that connected all the way out to Kokiri Forest, which we're actually aboard that particular train right now. As we see a couple of buses there stopped waiting for the train. And then we began setting up the passenger lines that will carry passengers out to the far northwestern corner of the map to the city of Bastok. And that's what we're continuing to work on today. We got all the trams, we got the buses set up. We now need to build out the train line, get the train set up to head out there. And then we're going to build a train line that will connect across the top of those lines. Bastok to Kokiri Forest to Eridanis to Pallet Town, which Eridanis hasn't actually been connected to any of the passenger network just yet, so that'll be the line that connects that in. So, as we approach in here, things moving at a pretty good speed, 85 kilometers an hour. See how fast it gets before it has to slow down for the station. One of our road bridges. Alright, so we're at 97, 98. And it doesn't look like it's going to get to 100. Nope. Only see a few passengers waiting, but that's to be expected. This is a brand spanking new line. Forgot to turn those off. Alright, there we go. So, let's head on over here to Osgiliath, where we will bring a line out of the station. We created a new terminal. Fixed some of the disconnected lines there, and are now running a line out here to swing around and head into Hill Valley. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to remove this road. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the station in here. Make sure that it's set up correctly. Let's see. Let's actually put... No, we don't need end street connections. Main street connections. Let's put both on there. And let's sort of try to fit this guy in here. Get it as parallel to that road as we can. I want to give enough space for the road to come over the station. Hopefully that should be enough. Alright, let's see. Can I get enough arc on this thing to get over the station? And yes, and I want to make sure that it's expandable, but it's putting a pillar kind of right where we would want additional tracks if needed. Well, You know what? If we need to expand the station, we can always remove the road. That's not a problem. And I want this kind of road to kind of come through here. And hopefully, stuff will build on both sides of this station as the city expands. Oh, I think I forgot to change the autosave interval. Oh well, we'll deal with it for now. I'll see if I can remember to fix that. We have electric pylons. Let's turn those off. No electric. We're still in the time of steam. I'll hold off on the electrics for a few years yet. I always have to remember that as well, that whenever I reload the game in, it's gonna default to turn on all the electric pylons. Alright, there we go. See, can we just do this as like just a straight? Must it curve? Oh well. Too much slope. Over here, I'm guessing. Too much slope. Alright. And what about here? Can I get this to work? Too much slope. Alright, same deal. Alright, back that off then. Get this to come through here. Let's get it to be as small a bridge as I can make it. There we are. Alright, so then we just need to run the train. And because this is what I'm calling the plains, it's all flat. Completely flat. So bringing the train through here is going to be very easy. It does look like we're getting a bit of a cut there. I can always come back and smooth that out. Not that we really need to, but you know what? Just go ahead and smooth that down a little bit. I have money in the bank. Alright, so now we're going to need a station for Bastok. And I think do it like this. We're going to add 3 tracks. Yeah, let's go from this side. Unable to align terrain. You know what? Let's try it a little bit differently. Let's go with a terminal station with 3 tracks. Unable to align terrain. There's too much of a hill there. Alright, next plan. Let's see, can I get the train, the station in here? It says unable to align terrain. I can align terrain here. Do it. Alright, we have a stop right there. Should be close enough. Alright, let's kind of smooth out some of this. Alright, so then this is going to swing out that way. And that line is going to go this way and head over. Like, swing around the north side of Kukiri Forest, then come into that terminal there. Which we're actually going to need to upgrade this to 4. Did you break anything? No. Good. And actually, now that I think about it, we only need 2 terminals here. That may have made things slightly easier. Superheated Mogul, and we got the Milwaukee Road Class EP2. Okay, that looks to be an electric. I can see some pantographs on there. Because this line will come through here. Now I could kind of try to split this inside the tunnel, but that gets really goofy. So we'll split this outside the tunnel. And then we'll just make sure that it's signaled here, you know, before we continue on. So that only basically that this tunnel is an extension of the station. Right? Though... see, these two are not going to really meet. Or will they? Hold on. I have a slight idea. Oh, autosave. I've really got to change that setting. But I can't do it from inside the game once the game is loaded. So that's slightly annoying. Let's see, if I put a diamond in here... And then I did... I should back this up a little bit. Then I did one curve that's going to head off. Oh, sorry that we're kind of... frame rate's getting a little goofy. Alright, so yeah, that goes off in that direction. And this pretty much continues to go straight. Yeah, I think that works. I think that should work. Now this might lose a little speed in the curve because this is now the inside of the curve. We're just going to have a slightly smaller radius. But it's okay. Alright, good. Alright, so we're going to pretty much come out toward the road here. Looks like we have a little bit of a hill. That's fine. Alright, and then we will have a little bit of a bridge coming off the hill, which, you know what, I'm not against. It's kind of maybe coming through the trees here. Might look nice. Let's go with a nice kind of red brick. Or do we want to go with a stone look? Stone. Let's go with the stone. For that, like, small viaduct. Yeah, that's more of a viaduct than a bridge. Getting a pretty good gouge there. I don't think that can be smoothed. Maybe a little bit. We may have to reposition that road a little bit at some point. but for now, we should be alright. See, it's in a situation like that where you would most likely have a retaining wall rather than a just like cliff face there. You'd actually put a retaining wall in there. Yeah, the track is going to undulate a little bit. Comes down, comes back up, comes back down. Hopefully we should basically be able to get it to flatten. That's going to create a bump. Alright, so we'll go ahead and remove that piece of road. So that's not being used for anything right now. Alright, and then we'll just swing into the station. No speed changes, no speed changes, no crimps in the track. Very good. Alright. We'll need to run the signals. Signals are here. So basically, I'm treating this whole complex as if we're one giant junction. So when the trains come in here, they're going to sort out where they're going to go. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think this diamond is unnecessary. Yeah, that isn't really needed. Because you come in there, that's fine. Perfect. I think that diamond would just confuse things. So we'll just avoid it. Alright, where do we want to put these? Let's go with right as we get off the bridge. Let's go with one kind of right as we come out of this forest. Then we'll signal around the station just as normal. Alright, there we go. Now we just need to get a train on here. Could I potentially get a track that would be able to switch across there? No. well... we may actually be able to. If I run a track like this, that should be fine. And that isn't going to screw up any lines. No. No, no, no. Okay, good. Alright, and we'll double slip you, and we'll double slip you. And then we'll just make sure that we get a good set of signals around this thing. Which these are not one way. So we'll let the train move both ways on this particular piece of track. And then... signal there. I think that works. I could be wrong, and that may just cause all kinds of headache, but we'll see. Alright, Osgiliath to Hill Valley to Bastok, and then back to Hill Valley. Alright, make sure that the approach to Hill Valley is using Terminal 2. There we go. Coming in. Coming this way. Perfect. Passenger train. And... I think it was OSG to HLV. Let's see. BSK. And let's see what kind of train we want to put on there. So we want to go with locomotives. We have the superheated mogul. 113 kilometers an hour with 1,600 horsepower. We probably want something zippy because this is a particularly long line. There's going to be a lot of long segments, so do we want to go with DK Forest Pacific again? I wish I could, like, sort by speed. The Atlantic. The Milwaukee Road class. $4,500 horsepower. That is a freight train. So we might actually start thinking about electrifying some of our heavy freight lines and replacing them with these. It's a thought. But not what we're doing right now. Heavy Mikado. I'll only do 97. 2,900 horsepower. Again, I would say that that would be more of a freight style train. I think I'm going to like the K4S Pacific. We'll go with that. Feels like it's a passenger style train. And we'll throw some passenger wagons on here. See, these guys can do 145, right? 145, right? So we want to make sure we have a passenger wagon that can keep up. 180. I don't necessarily want the heavyweights, so... This one has the name Bradshaw painted on it. Okay. That's interesting. We'll buy one of those. And several of these. These trains are starting to get out to about the maximum length of the station. Let's go ahead and set you on the line. What's line 1? What is line 1, by the way? It's nothing. So then delete it. It says Bradshaw on it. Okay. So what we'll do... So probably wait till this train reaches Hill Valley. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to keep that up. Oh, right. Let's just go ahead and follow it for a little bit. We don't have the new faster tracks yet. Because even though this can do 145, tracks can only do 120. So, that is a bit bumpy, but trains aren't really going to be using this that often. It's October 1919. Maybe we want to kind of let this run a bit until we see what happens in 1920. Well, it looks like that worked pretty well. probably put like 2 more wagons on here. I think before we're getting too long. Now things will shorten up a bit, I think, once we start getting like the good passenger electric multi-units. Because then we can carry a lot of passengers in a relatively small train. Alright, so we're approaching town. Not quite yet. Oh, there's the bridges. Alright, go ahead. Oh no, I did not want to do that. That is not the button I wanted to press. Well, you can sell it back. Alright, good. Alright, before we end the episode here, let's go ahead and take a look at profitability. Let's see, who's losing us the most money? Our passenger line that we set up. Freight to Shinra Motors is losing a lot of money. Passenger that we just set. No. High Charity. It is still one of the newer passenger lines. So is this. This is the one we just created. Tram. Slide to construction. We may have to go back to some freight and just take a look at what's going on. But actually, it's not too bad. And a lot of these unprofitable lines are necessary to make the profitable lines work. So let's see, who's making us the most money? Passenger line between Sandoria and Gridania. Really? And then we have our freight lines. Oh, we now have planes. The Junkers F-13. Alright, so I think with that, we'll go ahead and end the episode here. And when we come back, we're going to run the passenger line from here, Bastok, to Kokiri Forest, to Eridanis, to Pallet Town, get to work on this. And then, we now have aircraft, so we can start looking into setting up airports. Alright, so for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.